She was blessed with extraordinary beauty, but at the party, she couldn't find a single person to talk to. Her boredom and loneliness pulled her to the rooftop. Then she turned around and found the one she was destined to meet. The moment they looked at each other, it was like a spark of love connected them. When she climbed the ladder and got close to him, it felt like meeting an old friend. There was a strange sense of familiarity. Neither of them knew that this night would change their lives forever. When Lila left with a smile, Louis had no idea. It would be 10 years before they'd meet again. Right now, he was still dreaming about love. He ran to Lila's house, hoping to confess his feelings and be with her, but he saw her moving away, ready to leave this place. He waved and shouted with all his might, trying to make Lila stay, but her father dragged her to the car, tears in her eyes. After the car left his sight, Louis realized a poor guy like him could never have love. Sadness filled every corner of his heart, but what he didn't know was, Lila was just as heartbroken. When she started feeling sick, she realized she was pregnant. She tried to run away and have the baby, hoping to find Louis and start a family, but she couldn't find the man she loved. And as her belly grew, her father noticed. He scolded Lila for shaming the family. She felt wronged and helpless. When she tried to run away, she got in a car accident. When she woke up and saw her father by her side, her heart sank. She knew she'd lost both her baby and Louis, but what she didn't know was, the baby was still alive, growing up in an orphanage somewhere, waving his tiny hands, feeling the musical gift passed down from his parents. And that gift would one day bring the family back together. But no, Louis was working as a finance salesman, clueless about Lila's pain, and Lila was buried in guilt. She gave up her dream as a star cellist and became a full-time music teacher. 10 years flew by. Once a baby, was now a young boy. He always sat quietly by the window, waiting for someone to pick him up. He endured bullying from the other kids, even when they called him a freak. August never talked back, because he knew he had something special. Whenever he opened his heart, he could hear the music of nature. Those sounds blended into a grand symphony, and he was sure this was a gift from his parents. So he set out to find them. When he finally arrived in a city he'd never seen, he was amazed by everything around him. He followed the music until he found an older man and a black boy his own age. The music coming from the boy's hands caught his attention. August couldn't help but reach out, but he froze when the boy yelled at him. He gave the boy his only pocket money and finally made a friend. When he told the boy he'd run away from the orphanage, the boy brought him to his home, an abandoned music hall. There were lots of other kids like him, and the man they called the wizard, Robin forced them to earn money playing music on the street and used violence to keep them in line. August saw everything, but he still chose to stay for now, because there was so much he'd never seen before, and he was fascinated by the guitar. Maybe he'd inherited his parents' musical talent. He'd never played guitar before, but it felt completely natural in his hands. His playing woke up Robin, and all the kids came to watch. Robin was amazed. He knew he'd found a once-in-a-century music prodigy. The next day in the park, Robin encouraged him to play his heart out. August looked at the skyscrapers and knew he could find his parents through music. He started playing freely, attracting a big crowd. Meanwhile, Lila finally learned the secret her father had kept for years.
I mean, baby, he could have hurt you.
I didn't mean...
Where is he?
I don't know.
In that moment, Lila finally found a reason to live.